I mean, you could see it on the field. We were running around trying to get the call and trying to get lined up, and ultimately it led to poor discipline on certain plays, and we that was the main focus for us all week, and we let it slip early on, and that's what ultimately leads to the final score looking the way it did.
What did this team just show you about the way you fought back when it looked like you guys were in danger of getting run out of there down 24-6 late in the second quarter?
No, I knew this team had a lot of fight. The things that we've been through this off season and last year, I knew the team was going to fight, and there's never a doubt in my mind about that. I wasn't really showed anything necessarily because I expected it. I expected us to come out the second half and play our tails off, and whatever the final score may be, let it be. But like I said before, we can't start slow like that. It's not going to win games.
You had some guys come pretty open against some of your man coverage. Was that, not you in particular, defensive man coverage, but was that kind of like you're saying they controlled the tempo, they controlled you guys, as opposed to the other way around?
Yeah, they controlled the tempo. They made it hard for us to get calls in and get lined up, and obviously that's the reason why teams run tempo is for that exact reason. And so we didn't stop that, and obviously it led to a rough start.
We got the vibe talking to you guys in the preseason that when camp broke and you guys took the field for that first game, you felt this was a good team, good enough to win the Big Ten, or at least get to win the division. Anything changed these first 2 weeks, or do you still believe that?
No, of course I still believe that. I have 100% faith in this team that we're going to bounce back and we're going to, make a push the rest of the season. And one game doesn't define you. You take a loss early. In a way, it's good because you see what you have. You see what the team's made of, and you see where you stand. And I think obviously losing always sucks. You never want to lose a game. But now it's how do we respond and how do we bounce back and come back next week and get better and keep rolling along with the season.
Did you guys tweak anything in the second half against Ward to slow him down, or was it just a matter of doing your assignments?
Honestly, I think it was just a matter of doing our assignments and playing hard. Obviously we started slow, and it's not going to get it done when you start like that against a good team. So we just need to come out faster, and that's the bottom line right there.
Hunter, how do you get over the hump here and accomplish that goal of finishing that Coach Fickle talked about all offseason?
Honestly, I think we just put our head down and keep working. This team's never shied away from conflict, from adversity, and we're not going to now. And these dudes are, this is a relentless team, and I'm not worried in how we're gonna, come out next week or how we're gonna finish the rest of the season. But it's coming tomorrow, and let's get to work. We can't look too far ahead. We just need to do our job, and the locker room's tight. So I have no worries that we're going to come in and no one's going to hang their head. It sucks, but you move on and you look to the next week.
You guys are pretty used to being a dominant defense. It hasn't gone quite that way, especially in the first half of the last couple of weeks. Is there still just some adjustment happening with the system, or how do you kind of view the defense as a whole 2 games in there?
I think it's execution from the player standpoint. We gave up big plays, and if you can limit a team to big plays, and then you can obviously it goes a lot towards winning, and then turnovers. We have nothing in 2 games, so when you can't do that, it also makes winning a lot harder too. So there's a lot of things that we need to work on as a defense, and I have no fear, no worries that we will work on them and get them better. And like I said, now it's on the next week.
When you have a new coaching staff installing new schemes on offense and defense, did you ever think it might take a little bit of time for all of that to come together for the program to play at the level it wants to? Do you buy into that at all?
We've had since January to get the new systems in. I think that doesn't really play a factor in where we stand as a team. We've done this stuff since January. We know this stuff like the back of our hand. It just comes down to when we get on the field doing our job and executing.